Good morning, you beautiful people. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Today, I want to talk about the biggest issue I have with Call of Duty lately. And no, I don't mean the biggest issue I have with World War II. I mean, I have this issue with Call of Duty in general. A couple months ago, you may have remembered me putting out a video in Call of Duty Ghosts talking about skill-based team balancing. And that is exactly my issue. Now, recently there's this big controversy over skill-based matchmaking and all that stuff, and Drifter went in depth to try to find something, and he saw this study and it was really interesting, and I thought it was pretty enjoyable. But part of that testing, part of the stuff that they actually found that was factual, was that the game tries to balance the teammates by averaging their stats. I forget if it's the kill-death ratio or the win-loss ratio or the score per minute, but basically Call of Duty, the team balancing algorithm tries to make it so that the teams that play a match are as equal footing as possible. However, this means that if you have decent stats, if you have good stats like a huge KD, a huge win-loss, or a really high score per minute, you are more than likely, you are definitely going to be put with the weaker players. Now, why is this an issue, Donuts? Why do you not like this? Why is this a problem? Because all the game's trying to do is ensure a competitive match. It's trying to make sure that everybody has their own fun time, right? Absolutely. I completely, wholeheartedly understand that mindset. However, I don't believe it's rewarding to the players. I don't think it's fair. If you're here right now, it's probably because you really enjoy Call of Duty and you want to get better at Call of Duty. You want to raise your KD, you want to win more games, you want to have a higher score per minute. And if you watch anybody on YouTube, that's probably why you're doing that. So when you have this mentality of, I want to be better, when you go into the game, and if you are better, the game actually punishes you for being better. That is what I don't like. That is what I find is counterintuitive. If I study my heart out, if I practice, if I do my best, if I go full tryhard, use weird weapons, use weird stuff, get better, and have good stats, and actually become a better Call of Duty player, the game of Call of Duty will punish me for it. Again, this is not exclusive to World War II. This happened way back in Call of Duty Ghosts, as I mentioned a couple months ago. But what does this mean? What does this look like in-game? Well, it means for the, I'll just kind of broad term, for the higher statted, for the good players, it means they must maintain that good quality throughout their entire gaming session. They have to pull those high numbers. They have to pull those high stats all the time. If they don't, if they have an average game, if they have a less than average game, they are definitely, more than likely, going to lose and be absolutely crushed. With the release of Christmas Noobs, we are seeing this more and more, especially on the subreddit. Good players being paired with 4 or 5 Christmas Noobs needing to backpack the entire team. It doesn't make any sense why the game itself is giving good players bad teammates just because those good players are good at the game. If you are good at the game, if you have a higher score per minute, and you do have a higher kill-death ratio win-loss, you should be able to win more games. You should be able to go up against opponents and maintain that KD, because that's your true skill. When you stack the odds, when you stack the teams rather, you are stacking the odds against that good player. And when you think about it, the noobs that you're putting on the same team as that guy with the high stats, their experience is severely worsened, because rather than going up against one really good player, they're going up against 5 or 6 decent players, which ultimately leads to those decent players being severely better than the Christmas Noobs, which leads to them destroying them, which defeats the purpose of averaging the stats in the first place. Instead of protecting the noobs from the one guy with the high stats, you are now making them face a bunch of average players, and ultimately that leads to their demise. My solution is very simple. Completely 100% random teams. That means sometimes you get those completely unbalanced teams where the 2 KDs with the 1 KDs, and it's just everybody wrecking everybody. Then you get some of those games where it's like the opposite, where it's completely balanced and challenging and equal. You get some good players, some average players, and some bad players on each team, and it works out really, really well. And then of course frequently you get those times where it is like the one good player with the 5 bad players, but if it was truly completely random, then at least it would be fair. I would prefer random teams than the game itself actually try to actively work against me and fight me, just because I'm good at the game. All in all, I really think that if you are a game developer, you should want to reward people for being good at your game. Isn't that the purpose of these games, to get better? Most good players, when they first started playing Call of Duty, remembered when they went like 4-22. We all remember when we were just awful, and I remember when I first got over a positive KD. It was exhilarating, it was fun. That was what was fun to me, being better, being a better killer, being a better winner, going for wins, and actually being able to influence the win. That's what you should reward. Don't see that player and be like, oh man, we gotta contain him because he might ruin the experience. No, he's earned that. He has earned that. But anyway, that's all I have time for you guys today. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Should there be skill-based team balancing? Should it be completely random? What should go on when deciding to pick teams? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until the next absolutely beautiful Call of Duty morning, I'll catch up with you guys later. And as always, stay beautiful.